greatest interviewer of all time, Dan Allen Gaming. If there's one podcast you want to hear this year, it's Dan Allen Gaming.
Dan, we've got a job to do.
Mr. Allen, I've been waiting for you, Mr. Dan Allen. Anyone has heard of the likes of you, especially your YouTube channel. It's amazingly entertaining. Good job.
This is Geralt of Rivia, and you're watching Dan Allen Gaming. Yeah.
This is Agent 47. Subscribe to Dan Allen Gaming. He's a great guy.
I always knew we were destined for something great to happen. A lot of people want to change their cards, not me. I like the hand we've been dealt.
I'm gonna come find you, little man thing. Dan, I knew you'd love me. Come on now, just a little taste.
Dan Allen Gaming. He's a lovely boy.
Super Dan, you number one. Woohoo!
This is Colt calling out to Dan the Animal Allen. I'm gonna break this fucking loop, or I'm gonna break your neck.
You're watching Dan Allen Gaming, and you're going to regret it.
Dan, you and I are gonna take back the universe for humanity.
We're having a problem with Metal Gear, and I need your help. So contact me by codec, damn it.
Dan Allen, you and I going dark now.
Are you being cheeky, Dan?
I'd like to keep this for close encounters.
Tune into Dan Allen Gaming, or else I'm coming after you. You're fucking down.
I've been interviewed by Dan Allen of Dan Allen Gaming. Not to be mistaken for Van Allen. You know the belts? No, not the same guy. Not even related. Okay, Jackie out.
All the best to you. Just don't cross me.
Dan Allen Gaming, you have got to be one of the best things to come out of Australia. Did you know that? You and me, we would have been unstoppable. Anyways, outlaws for life, partner.
Your face, your ass, what's the difference?
It's okay, Dan. I know you didn't mean to hurt me.
But you shouldn't have done that. It fucking hurts!
Let's find out if Dan Allen Gaming really is the best fucking show in town.
Dan! You eat babies! Everybody knows that!
Welcome everybody to the show. Dan here today with another Far Cry 6 interview. Today we have Female Dani Rojas herself, Nisa, will be joining us for an exclusive one-on-one interview. I believe this is her first since the game has launched. And I really appreciate all of you joining me here today. Dutch, Jacob, Ari, Gaming TV, Daniel, Candace, Erdem. Hey Dan, salute from Turkey. Thanks for bringing us such good video game actors. This channel is amazing. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the support. As we all roll in here, who cares? How you doing? Great to see you in here. Miss you too, Ari. Sophocles, just down there as you can see, chilling. Sophocles the plant. Kisma. I'll never get sick of seeing that name. Craig, how you doing, brother? Oh, people have lives, you know. You can't tune into every single one. That's fine as long as you're listening back, guys. Listening back, watching back, keeping updated. Felix, how you doing, mate? Kyle. What the fuck? is this music. Guys, before we get into it, we have some breaking news with Alan Daniels, our news correspondent. So why don't we go over there and see what Alan Daniels is up to. Is it on? Oh, for fuck's sake. Hello, everybody. My name is Alan Daniels. Welcome back to Breaking News with Alan Daniels. Our first story for this evening is Twilight has come out of resurgence. There is a new Twilight movie being produced by Matt... I thought it was a Twilight movie. Oh, for fuck's sake. Excuse me, everybody. Breaking news. It's actually a Batman movie. My mistake. Featuring Robert Pattinson. Our next story is you can now register for the opportunity to purchase a PlayStation 5 console. That's right. All 10 of you will be able to get one this holiday season. Isn't that amazing? How beautiful people at Sony giving away 10 PlayStation 5s. Isn't that just amazing? And our final story, Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy is being released and people just can't be more excited for the title to release. As we know, GTA 6 will be coming in 2057, but until then we can replay these games again, and they have been delisted from all stores, so you have to purchase this new version. Isn't that fantastic of Rockstar to do that for us? Guys, let's go and check in with our weatherman, Jeremy Longbottom. Jeremy, are you there?
We're on, right? Yeah. Guys, I'm missing an arm. I need to get on. Yeah.
We're on, Jeremy.
Hey, Allens. Wow. Yarra is absolutely amazing. I'm having an absolute amazing time here at Yarra. The sun is beaming. The flies are out. They're literally everywhere. We have absolutely no freedom here at Yarra, and I'm absolutely loving it, Allens.
That's fantastic, Jeremy. Just tell me, what happened to your arm?
Look, Allens, I happened to meet a few friends along the way, and Guapo happened to take out a nice chunk of my arm here. And unfortunately, now I do not know if I'm going to survive or if I'm even going to make it.
We need to get this guy fired. This is
at
fucking
the end
ridiculous.
of this coverage, Allens. I'm actually starting to lose consciousness. But I will tell you this, Allens. I'm having an absolute amazing time here at Yarra. I might even have to have a cigar after this.
No, you need to get medical attention, Jeremy. Seriously, this is you taking this way too far, Jeremy. Please seek medical attention right now.
Look, Allens, in life, you go through your ups and downs.
Jeremy, we've lost you, Jeremy. That's Jeremy Longbottom, everybody. We feel so bad for him with his arm. Hopefully he'll be okay. And before we finish our segment of breaking news, Gary the Zen Guru is here with us. Gary, for a quick message. Gary?
Thanks, Dan. I think it's really important that we remain free of stress and anxiety in these trying times. And there's a mower that keeps fucking mowing out the side, and it's like the 50th time I've tried to film this. I keep forgetting the fucking lines. And
no, this is a joke, surely.
I know it's not good enough.
We got a fucking editor around here. Gary, you're live on air, Gary. For fuck's sake. Oh my God.
Remain free of stress and anxiety in these trying times.
Thank you, Gary, for those incredible words. This has been Alan Daniels with Breaking News. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much, Alan Daniels, for that incredible segment. Guys, Nisa's on the line. I hope you enjoy this chat. Jiminator, thank you for the $6.99. Keep it up, Dan. I will. I appreciate that, Jim. Lincoln with the 5. I appreciate that, mate. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. You can become a member. If you want to ask Nisa a question, the best way to do that is a super chat, guys. Easier for me to find it. And also, just if you don't have the means, you can just send a message in the chat, guys. Without further ado, Nisa. Hope you enjoy it.
To rebuild paradise, the cost will be blood.
A revolution is not won by the fearless.
It's won by the feared.
Once again, here we go. Know the name, know the flow.
Billy Project, baby.
I'm setting traps on my lawn. I'm blowing my own fucking mind. Well, you know I'm back with it on.
What boy's in love with you?
Not afraid, get up out the way. Y'all used to hate, look at what you made. I'm gonna run this town.
You're gonna be a fucking guerrilla legend.
Never killed the president before?
What?
Hey, hey, don't die in this town.
Go put that come mierda down.
I won't die in this town.
Hello? Hello? Hello! I'm here. How are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. Likewise. Thanks for having me.
No, my pleasure. What have you been up to?
Like literally 5 seconds ago, or generally? Because I actually just drank a hot bowl of chili. I'm really bad at time management, and I was like, shit, it's 3. So look, the nose is running. If there's chili in my teeth, don't hold out on me. You tell me.
No. We're friends here. I'll keep you accountable. It's all good. How you been, though? It's been a bit of a whirlwind the last week, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been... I mean, it's weird because I've had like, with obviously Far Cry coming out, and then I also, I'm the founder of a nonprofit animal rescue called Peanut Butter Rescue, and both things kind of came out, I guess you could say, at the same time. Like we brought in a dog that got all this attention, and news media outlets wanted to interview me for that too. So it's just been like, on both accounts, like both kind of sides of my life, just kind of got really busy at once. Sorry, this thing makes me always want to do ASMR. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if you hate that.
No, I'm sure there's plenty of people out here that love ASMR. But so talk us through it. Like the last week, have you been getting fan messages? Has it just been overwhelming, or like are you proud of the game coming out eventually? Finally.
Yeah, I'm very proud. I think the fan messages have been awesome. Definitely some quirky ones. I'm gonna say it. But overall, it's been just amazing, and people just reaching out just to say how impactful the character has been for them. Particularly, I think it opened my eyes to, like movies and songs and a lot of different artistic kind of things can impact people's lives so much. And I guess I didn't realize, not really being a gamer myself, how much games can impact people too. So that to me was amazing. It made me feel like everything I did wasn't just for me and my career and how it made me feel as an actor, but also it really impacted a lot of people.
Your brothers are gamers, yeah? How are they finding this? Because I know you're not a gamer yourself, but your brothers, were they excited for you?
Yeah, they were so excited. My brothers are hardcore gamers. Like my mom, the games have been like the bane of my mom's existence because she couldn't get them to go to school. Like to this day, one is younger, one is older, He's in the middle. And yeah, I mean, like they were ecstatic. They thought it was the coolest thing ever. And my mom was like, my one non-gamer child is now making games. This is great.
So do they tell their friends, or are they like pumping you up a bit?
Oh yeah, my older brother, he has like a pretty big Twitch live stream following, and
Nice.
he wants me to go on there and play with him. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm probably gonna play male Dani because I feel like I would kill myself, and I'm not putting myself through that. So the stronger gamer is gonna play female Dani. Sorry, Sean.
Do you know his Twitch name? We could shout it out if you want.
Blockchain Game Gang.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah,
name.
honestly, any of those words could be like but those 4 words are
Okay,
definitely
if we put those 4 words into Twitch, you should be right.
Yeah.
Everyone's very excited to have you in here. Andrew here says, what's your favorite superhero in Marvel, Nisa? Bit of a random question.
Yeah, I mean, I want to choose a woman naturally. I mean, Gal Gadot in
Wonder Woman, yeah.
Wonder Woman. I was gonna get there. You didn't let me get there. I was gonna get there. Yeah, I think she's my favorite because just the way she plays it too is just so incredible. It's such a good fit for her. I also love Iron Man. I love all those movies. I love Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
So you think you will play the game eventually? Have you seen your work yet?
Yeah.
Have you gone on YouTube and checked out cutscenes?
Yeah, I've watched them all. That was like, as far as I was concerned, I was literally just watching the movie.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And what's your, like, do you have a favorite scene? Like, after the fact? You might have a favorite scene when you were doing it, but when it's actually produced, is there a favorite? Because I love the one with you and, was it Bisho on top of the rooftop? Bicho.
Yeah.
On the rooftop, or the scene with Giancarlo towards the end, getting into spoiler territory there with Clara. I mean, that scene's awesome as well. There's plenty of scenes, but I don't know. What's your favorite?
I love the beach one you're talking about on the rooftop. I think that one is a really nice kind of spoiler alert. I don't know. It's a really nice, it kind of like gives Dani's character and storyline just a lot of shape in that scene alone, talking about how even when, oh my God, I'm going into spoiler territory. Even when Lita said that she was the chosen one, she still only heard a number. And I think that was really an amazing thing to play through with Dani, especially since we kind of filmed that, like, not at the beginning, like closer to the end, I want to say. It was a really nice moment that it resonated with me as an actor playing Dani. And then obviously the ones with Giancarlo, those were all really memorable. And I think I really liked the Bembe scenes. I think his character was so good.
Oh, yeah. Sean said the same thing. It's funny you both...
Did he?
Yeah, it's funny you both say that, but he was had a real commanding presence on screen. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that character could have held his own as his own villain.
Yeah, 100%. I think we had said that on set too. Like, we were
Really?
like, he is like he's awesome. I loved Philly too. His whole, the whole character, it's just like the light in a dark story too. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
So when you saw the chorizo dog, you must have been happy, given your background.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was like that. As far as I was concerned, that was immediately a rescue.
How many rescues do you have, by the way?
Like, how many do I own?
Yeah, like, you've got your own, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so Tuna is my own dog. I'll bring her in at some point. And then my family dog, my parents' dog, is named Fig. And they're both, one's from Bahamas and one's from Texas.
Why Tuna?
Actually, funny you ask. Originally, when I got her, it was about 4 years ago, I had named her Luna. And it was not a popular name at the time. And then all of a sudden,
I was going to say, it's a little bit popular.
Dude, there was a Luna pandemic. It was like left, right, center. I was trying to get away. I was like, get me out of here. She was going to daycare. They were like, oh, another Luna. And I was like, no, that's not my girl. So I was like, what would literally no one name their dog without really throwing my dog a 180 and like calling her something ridiculous. Well, maybe it is. Anyways, it's Tuna. And it's funny because like her like name has evolved so much that like it's now also Chicken.
Right. Okay. So you say, Chicken, come here.
No, like, hi, Chicken. Oh, she just looked.
Oh, shit. Ryan here says, shout out to Nisa. You've portrayed one of the best Far Cry characters ever.
Wow.
How does that sound?
Ryan. Dude. That is nice. Thank you.
That's
That's
not bad,
really
isn't
nice.
it?
Yeah, that's not... I would definitely put that in the not bad category.
Now, I looked through your IMDb and like you're relatively young in the business from what I'm looking at. Would I be right in saying that?
Yeah.
And
you're very right in saying that.
But to land this role and to be so good, like walk us through that process, because you shouldn't have been this good, but you were.
Oh, thank you. Stop, guys. This is so much. I don't compliment well. I'm like, huh? I deflect my compliments. I'm like, no. Yeah, I went to university and I was studying psychology, which, you know, unbeknownst to me at the time was going to definitely be beneficial and something I could pull on in this career. And it's probably why, in a way, I was drawn to psychology, just because acting is something I always wanted to do. But I think it was a typical, I don't know where to start situation. I don't know what to do. I don't, you know, just a lot of confusion, I think, going into it. And then I had this little opportunity come to me just kind of through someone I knew to make this concept trailer that weirdly I actually did with Jess Salguero and Mercedes Morris, who are also in the game.
Right.
But I didn't know them. And I remember I was like, we were filming it and I was in a car with Jess and she's like, who's your agent? And I was like, what's that? I'm kidding. I knew what an agent was, but like I didn't have one.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, you know, fast forward to like a few years later, here we are making one of the like biggest games for one of the biggest franchises. It's insane. And I was actually, I was graduating that year and I was starting a master's as well. I had gotten an offer to do an interdisciplinary study in neurology. That's literally where my background was going.
You're just saying random words.
Straight up, I don't even understand them anymore. I'm like, neurology.
You might as well be speaking Portuguese. Go ahead.
Honestly, because I don't even speak that, and you straight like you hit that one on the head. And then I was just like, it's so funny because I just was like, yeah, I got this opportunity. I got this agent that was incredible. I'm still with him to this day. He's one of the best agents.
Nice.
And I was like, I have to really like believe in myself and give this a go now. I've always been a very practical person. And as much as like I'm a dreamer on one end, I'm a very like, let me work on plan B. And it's so true that, you know, if you have a plan B, it becomes a plan A. It just happens. And, you know, I started and then here I am and I'm so glad I did.
So are you based in Canada still, or are you looking to move over to LA, or what are you thinking at this point?
So I hadn't even been to LA until I started, and then I was tested for this huge network show, and that was the first time I was brought out to LA. Didn't get it, believe it or not. Because here I am, like I got Far Cry instead, which is honestly awesome. And the shoe fit, I would say, which is amazing to feel with a role when you're just like, yeah, this fits. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I started, so my first thing I did, like credit was 2018. It hasn't been very long.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you've got other things in the works, I'm guessing.
I do. Nothing I can talk about. I mean,
are you looking to do more games, or what? You are?
Yeah. I would love to do more games, especially like different voices, even just studio stuff like animation. I love doing voices.
Yeah.
So anything kind of in that realm I would love to do. But video games are awesome. You don't get that kind of content as frequently, I feel, in film and TV. So like a lot of kind of the auditions you get are not going to be like a revolutionary fighting in a, you know, it's very different content, and it really like fills your heart and soul to be able to play characters like that and yeah, and express your like creative and artistic kind of heart through those roles.
Were you shocked by the quality of the script of this game? Because you know you're not a gamer, so there is that preconceived notion that game stories aren't as in depth. It's getting better, that's for sure, in the last 5 years. So were you shocked when you saw how fleshed out these characters were? And
yeah, absolutely. I didn't. I knew what motion capture was, but I didn't know, I guess, what it was to the extent of it. And as I saw the kind of storyline unfold, I was very surprised. When we obviously, Dani is a character that's in it from start to finish, and so we didn't see any of that. We didn't know what the story was leading to. We didn't know who the villain was at the beginning. For a good chunk of it, we didn't know who the villain was. We didn't know where the story was headed. So it was kind of awesome to grow with the character and kind of see her transform from when we started to kind of finishing it off.
Yeah.
But yeah. Did that answer the question?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
What was the question?
when did
I promise I'll get there.
You'll get there. When did you hear the rumblings of Giancarlo was coming on board, and then when it became a reality? And what was your reaction to that?
It was at least like a year in, I want to say. And yeah, I think I was surprised because, again, like you said, the storylines, I remember the question now, by the way, the storylines and things, I was just surprised at the depth and how big these productions were, even with like the director we had and the DOP and things like that. I was like, wow, we're really making a movie here. This is so much more than I thought it was. And it's so much beyond just a game, because these cinematics in itself, they kind of like stand on their own. Like I watched all the cinematics back to back, and it was like a story. It was honestly like a big movie. So yeah, when they told us that Giancarlo was the villain, I was, I think it was kind of like it confirmed what I was already believing, in that this was a lot bigger scale than I would have thought originally. Just A, not having been a gamer, and B, not really knowing what this industry was kind of moving towards.
So do you get starstruck when you finally meet him, or are you pretty cool, calm and collected? Don't give him any hints.
I'm a friggin' cucumber, dude. I'm a friggin' cucumber.
Nothing letting anything slip.
Yeah, honestly, so I knew who he was. I know Breaking Bad, but I didn't watch the series. I watched a little bit of it. Don't hate me. I did like it. I don't know what happened. I just how sometimes you just kind of like fall off. You're got to pick it back up, and I just never did.
Oh, so he wasn't this big star to you, because you hadn't seen much of his work. Is that right?
Yeah, but I feel like even if he was, I'm pretty like chill.
Okay.
But when Anthony Gonzalez was on set, I was like, Miguel Coco,
yeah.
That to me, that's like my favorite Disney movie. So I was like, oh
movie.
My god, and it was so cute because he was just like, yeah, and I was like, move, Giancarlo Miguel.
Do you try and get him to play what's that song? Un poco loco. Love that.
Oh
song.
no, I didn't do that. But I should have. But I was like, I should have. I didn't want to put him on the spot anymore. Look, I already put him on the spot. I already did that.
How was he on set? Because he would be the youngest on set by a mile, I would have thought. Mm-hmm. Is he pretty professional?
Yeah.
Yeah. For a child actor, yeah.
Yeah, very. Yeah, he was honestly, he was great to work with. I have a younger brother too, so I found that we had a really good like big sister little brother dynamic, which really played into our scenes, I felt. Yeah. And so but for the most part he's young and he was still in school, so while we were kind of all sitting around at the lunch table, he was studying.
Oh.
I know.
I love that scene with you and him where he could have possibly shot you, but he doesn't. I love that scene. That's a great scene.
Yeah.
About midway through the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that scene so much, and I remember shooting it very clearly, and it was great. Like, there was that feeling. I really felt like I was talking to like my little brother in a lot of senses too.
That's interesting. Lisa Virtual Photography, thank you for the 5. She says, 30 plus years of being a gamer, and Nisa's performance is my absolute favorite to date.
Oh
how's that for a compliment? 30
we are adding
years.
that in the not bad. We're adding that in the not bad. These are amazing. You guys, that's so nice. I mean, I think I know who that is, because I think I've talked that Instagram account on through DM maybe.
Okay.
But everyone has been so nice, honestly, and some of the kindest things have honestly been said. Again, things I didn't expect. I did not realize how impactful these performances can be to people and what they mean to their lives and their mental health and their, just it goes so much further than just a game to a lot of people, and that's pretty amazing to be a part of that.
Mustang says, Streamerly signing happening when? Love, Nisa.
Wait, so what was the beginning of that?
Streamerly signing, like, so, like, are you going to do any live signings or anything like that in the future?
Oh, I think I would. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it, but I think I would, yeah.
Okay. Nisa, your Dani was brought to so much life by your performance. Very impressive. From Candace.
Thank you, Candace.
These are just going to keep coming in, Nisa. You know that.
Stop this. I gotta go.
Gotta go.
I'm kidding. Oh my, no, on it. I'm literally just revealing that I'm hanging out in sweats here, by the way.
Oh, nice. I love it. Wait, it's
a
chill environment.
We're all friends.
It's a chill environment, okay? We're just laid back, 2 mates hanging out. Exactly. How did you find Juan as a character from Knight Rider? Juan Cortez.
Oh, Juan Cortez. Like, he's amazing. His character his voice, for starters, is amazing. And his character is just so quirky. I love it. It's like he's so great. And I love all the little marketing stuff they've done with him.
Oh, the marketing for Giancarlo as well is such a good idea. I don't know if you've seen those ones where he's, talking to camera.
Yeah.
Such a cool concept.
The marketing was awesome. The ideas that they had.
And I noticed that they use the female Dani in a lot of the marketing. Did you notice that as well?
Yeah.
I'm sure you did.
I did, yeah.
Was that a conscious decision from them? I'm guessing it was.
I honestly, I don't know, because I didn't even know. Like, that had nothing really to do with us. We weren't in that process at all. It was literally just marketing's coming out, and then I was like, oh, they used female. And then that would literally, like, when you saw it, I saw it. I had no idea prior to that it was going to be female Dani marketed.
So do your closest friends understand how big this game is? Do they understand it or not? They don't?
No.
That's got to be annoying.
No, I love that. You
love that,
honestly.
okay.
I do, because, like, again, I'm newer to this industry, and being in the industry is hard as is. If I were only surrounded by actors and people in the industry, I don't know how I would cope, because I feel like being with my friends, my childhood friends, who watched the trailer and halfway through went, wait, is that one you? Like, couldn't even pinpoint who I was in the game because of the voice. I know. And I was like, you don't even know that that's a compliment. Like, you don't even know. So you couldn't even make that one up. And yeah, so it's like, it's kind of my escape in a way, a little bit. And just kind of, I never have to talk to them about auditions or how something went or me stressing about something. It's literally just like, they're just like big supporters. And kind of my family falls into this category too. They're all just like my biggest fans, and they don't know what the hell they're cheering, but they're cheering. Like, they don't know what they're cheering for, but they're going to do it. And I love them for it.
Like, when someone like Giancarlo's attached, does it then give it a bit more weight in their mind, do you think? Or did that still not help?
It depends. Like, it depends on the person. If they knew him, it definitely gave it weight. If they didn't, they were like, okay. And I was like, and I was just there like, wait, okay.
Very interesting.
I think, you know what I think it was for a lot of them? The billboards. We had
really? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like we have this thing, we have Dundas Square, which is like our little Times Square in Toronto. And
Yeah.
it was playing on there for like 2 weeks, and it was every 2-minute intervals on like 5 of the biggest screens. And it was just, if you just stood in the center and like looked up, all you would see was just Far Cry trailer, my face, like my character's face, Giancarlo, and it was just incredible. And I think that was kind of the moment where people were like, well, some of my closer friends who maybe are like very far out of the industry were like, oh, that's big.
So a lot of people are going crazy about in the game, if you're in the car driving and the radio's on, Dani will sing and hum along or sing. Was that you, or was that someone else, or what?
It wasn't. It
wasn't you. Yeah, because Sean said it wasn't him either. Yeah.
So it's funny because I have sang for characters. Like I recently did a like a cartoon where I was the singing voice for another character that's coming out. I think it's like it's a kids show. It's like Eleanor Wonders Why, I think it's called. And that comes out in like 2022. But I did the singing of that. But and I do remember when they sent me the material, some of the material for the singing for Dani, and there was like, they wanted me to sing like 4 songs to send to them. And
you did it.
Quite a bit of Spanish. Well, there was like quite a bit of Spanish material, which I could do, but there was like rapping, and it was just, it was difficult for me. Yeah, like I could sing, and I could sing in Spanish, but I think that's kind of where you would see my fluency is not there.
Yeah, right. So do you know who did that, or is that just? It could be anyone.
Like, it's Umberly Gonzalez. She plays Honron.
Oh, really? That's her.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
She's Venezuelan. She is like first language Spanish.
She was great in the game as well. She
was
fantastic.
Yeah.
Hi, Nisa. What is your favorite character in the game besides Dani?
Ooh, we kind of touched on that.
Yeah.
I think, I really love Philly. Clara is a great character. Bembe. I mean, it's hard to just say one because the story was so big for us, and we got to act with so many different people. So I feel like I pull on those experiences too. Again, I loved acting with Anthony and Giancarlo, so it's kind of hard to put it on one, like give one answer.
It's a great cast.
I also, Shakira Barrera, she played Espada. She was also really good. Her character was really good.
What about the man behind El Tigre? I found his voice incredible.
Conrad, yeah.
Conrad, man, that voice.
Wait, it is Conrad, right? Yeah.
That voice was incredible. That's a very memorable character. A few laughs as well there.
Yeah,
there's just so
awesome.
many.
Yeah.
Lincoln, hey y'all, I want to know from Nisa.
Bicho, oh my God, that's Beach. Is that Lincoln? What's his last name? Yes,
it is him.
That's Bicho.
Is it really?
And I forgot to say Bicho. I love Bicho's character. I cannot believe I didn't say Bicho because he is such a funny character.
Lincoln, Bicho, that performance, man, that was fantastic. If that's really you,
it is him.
It's him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That scene where you've got the gun to your head. Spoilers, everybody. That was fantastic, man. You knocked it out. Who was your favorite actor that you met and had the pleasure of working with?
Honestly, it's gonna have to be Lincoln.
I think he's setting you up there a little bit.
But completely unbiased, just no gun to my head or anything. Lincoln. Yeah.
Dani, like AJ from Far Cry 4, started off as someone who believed in the rebellion's goals, only to later develop doubts about what she is truly achieving. Was her sympathy towards Anton towards the end real? From Orange Brot.
Yeah. I think that's kind of where Sean and I, we tried to have, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I did try to have as different a performance as possible because we are different characters at the end of the day. And I think a lot of my this is where maybe it ties back into my psychology background of having that empathy for people in general. And that's why I connected so much with Anthony's character, Diego, and even had some of that for Anton, which is so messed up because, sometimes it's so messed up. Sometimes, characters and humans in general are so complex that you can't, there's never really a good and bad, there's always like people fall generally in a good area, in a gray area, and bad is usually, there's a root for it, there's a cause to it. This is my psychology background really coming in clutch, but like there's like a root to it, there's a cause, there's things that me as a person and me as a character, especially playing Dani, like wanting to understand what motivates people, why they do what they do. Especially as an actor, I think that's kind of how I approach a lot of roles.
And I think if you asked Giancarlo, he wouldn't say Anton's a bad. He'd probably, you know what I mean?
Misunderstood.
Yeah, he'd say something like that.
Yeah. There's he'd be like, it's all content, no context, Yeah.
Deezy, her performance in the game was spectacular.
Nice.
Tuscan Wolf, Nisa, you totally killed it. Excellent job.
Thank you guys so much.
Erdem, is Nisa aware about Vaas and the actor who plays Vaas?
Yeah, I am. I will say it was when I started in this franchise and in filming this game that I learned who he was. I knew who Michael Mando was. I didn't realize that, Far Cry 3 was such a instrumental part of his career and such a turning point for a lot of his I guess for his career. So that's kind of when I started to learn about his character and how like huge and impactful it was to the Far Cry franchise in general.
Is that exciting to see how his career went on after that for yourself?
Yeah.
Just selfishly?
Yeah. Obviously, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He was fantastic though as well. So he deserves all his opportunities. Ari, hey Dan, if you could ask Nisa, Jess and Giancarlo working together during the performance capture in the dinner scene. What was that like? Yeah, I mean, that was a phenomenal scene, that dinner scene. Walk us through working on that one. Because it must be difficult when, Sean has to do the scene as well because of the male and female dynamic. So walk us through that.
Yeah. So I'm sure you spoke to Sean, so I'm sure that he told you kind of when we do our master alts, every other actor's performance is locked in. Like they don't take two scenes. They don't do a scene with a female and a scene with a male. They only act with the person who's doing the master. Then their performances get completely locked in. And then whoever's doing the alt pass goes in and matches what the person who did the master, Dani, did. And every other character's performance, like I said, is locked in. So if Sean passed something to someone at one point, I have to do the exact same thing. If Sean said something in a 3-second time frame, I have to say it in that exact 3-second time frame, because once they're animating, what they're doing is just picking up Sean, taking him out of the game, dropping me in, and all of my interactions have to match what Jess and any other character in any other scene did, so that they're not animating Clara twice or Anton twice. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. So you want to be the master shot.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, you're definitely constrained as the alt. There's no question about that. You are. It's musical. It's timed. It's very. You have to be a lot more cognizant of your restrictions.
It's more technical, isn't it? When you
very technical. And so for that scene particularly, I did not master, and so I was.
Wow, you did a good job then. I wouldn't have known.
Thank you.
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah. Yeah, I was and so I, everything from eye lines, like, so what happened was Giancarlo, Jess, and Anthony all had to repeat their performance, but of course they had masks on, they had shields on. I couldn't really see their faces. I was the only one being captured, and they had to hit their same marks to give me the same eye line. But of course, you know, what they have to do too is like glance at the playback happening on the side to make sure they're following their exact same patterns and movements. So my eye line is all in track with them. I have to act to them doing that, and you know, still giving me their, and you know, all the actors were really generous, I have to say. Like, even when they weren't being recorded, they would still be giving it their all to give me something to play off of. Yeah. And vice versa when I mastered and Sean Alta too. And I remember one time specifically, I was doing it with Manuel, who plays Philly, and he was just like going in. He was like, but it was like complete silence because his voice is on the speaker and he's just there for eye line and just there to kind of feed me something to work off of. Yeah. So it's not even their voice. It's like literally like everything is locked in. They could literally change out of their wardrobe, everything. They could literally go back to their regular clothing and just stand there to give me eye line. Sometimes it wouldn't even be the actor. It would be someone on crew who stands in the plays, and we would be acting to literally a guy with like tape in his hand, just being like, so to say creativity plays a huge role in this. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I feel like that would make it a lot more difficult to stay in character. Am I wrong?
Yeah. I mean, yes and no. I feel like once you kind of, there's a learning curve. I think that's first and foremost. And then once you kind of gauge like what you're up against, you just know that you need to push to that creativity right off the bat. And so, yeah, I mean, it's funny because now I'm like, you can't break my character. I literally like acted to a wooden dog. Good luck. Good luck. Like, yeah, okay.
Oh man. So what's the difference in your eyes between that first scene you ever shot to the last scene? In the way you approached it, or like how much had you learnt in that time?
I mean, that time frame alone was probably 2.5 years. Yeah. So much. I mean, even just the dynamic between Sean and I developed in such a great way, to the point where I would just pull him aside and pull Naveed aside with Sean, who is obviously the writer and showrunner of the game. And he's also so collaborative and just all ears for any ideas and wants you to feel, you know, confident.
Do you want me to say anything to him? I'm getting him on the show.
Tell him to adopt a dog from me ASAP. He's gonna love that one because I say it every time I see him. So I would like pull each other aside and be like, you know, can you give me a little bit more room on that line because I want to do something that's a little different, and can you air out that line a little bit so that I have a little bit more time to do what I want to do, things like that. And so at the beginning, you know, we didn't have not only that maybe not that comfort, we didn't have that comfort or know that was something we could even do. And then as the game progressed, I think we found a lot of kind of control in our own characters, and we were given that control, which was a beautiful thing because it allowed us to play with it allowed us to play. That's really what it is at the end of the day. We're playing these characters and we're having fun, and despite some of the heavier content, we still get to get on the mocap floor at the end of the day and act and play around with it, and to have that flexibility, especially with a role that could be constraining at times when you are alting a master scene and you are everything from your, like, you have physical limitations, your lines are limited to a certain time frame. So to be given the ability to collaborate was truly amazing, and something that, you know, a lot of times you don't get.
Is there ever a time where it gets competitive between you two, or is that never happens?
No, and honestly, I think there was just such a great, like, what's it called? Like, we were really good, especially near the end. At the beginning, we weren't really, we were kind of just told who masters, who alts. But especially as we got more to the center, there was a lot more, I guess, flexibility given for us to kind of make those decisions. And
Oh,
Sean
wow.
and I were always generally on the same page with that, and we would split the scenes really evenly. And Sean was like, I'm so lucky to be able to share a role with him because he was so generous in that respect too, allowing us to like really split the scenes and in an even way and
Don't talk
and
him
work
up too
together
much
to-
because he said you were terrible to work with.
Yeah, no, he says that all the time. He just wants people to feel bad for him. No, I'm kidding. I know he didn't say that. He wouldn't say that.
Did you have a dialect coach? Someone asked in the
Yeah.
chat, which I believe you did. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Carlos, who was
Carlos.
honestly just such a pleasure to have on set. Just so funny. And like he played some supporting roles as well, but he was just honestly great. I love Carlos. And as a dialect coach also, he is great.
How does that
really
work?
helped, I think,
Like,
everyone.
what does a dialect coach do? Like, you just step in here and there and guide
Hmm.
you, or
He's always there, and even when we kind of went into COVID filming, it would be kind of remote, so he would come up on the speaker when you said something wrong. Literally always there, like a little
Yeah.
birdie on your shoulder that you just can't get rid of. I'm kidding. I love you, Carlos. And if you say anything wrong, he just comes in, he corrects it, and it's great. I mean, when we started, we had done some with it was just Sean and I actually. We had done some dialect coaching in like a conference room and just really gone through all the scenes and really dug into it. We wanted to find with the director our voice, our walk, like every aspect of Dani was looked at. Like, how is she gonna walk? What register of voice are we going for? Already have like a deeper, raspier voice, so it was kind of just like playing with those things. And then, Carlos had a big influence in obviously the accent and how that translated into Dani's character too.
is that accent something you can put on right now, or do you have to work up to it?
I have to do like a few like piano octaves. No, I can do it. What do you want me to say?
I want to hear something. I want
You have to give me the line.
I have to give you the line. Okay, come on, guys. Give us
Get
some.
Lincoln to pull up a line from our scene.
Come on, guys. We need a line. Before I get you to do that, Nick here says
Not a word, a line.
A line. Yeah.
Okay.
Nick here says, "Love Dani. She's officially my favorite Far Cry protagonist.
Oh.
By the way, I would love if you did a Streamily signing," says Nick.
I will. Thank you so much. That is really sweet.
And Bazuki, hi Nisa. Do you know if you're gonna have a cameo in the next Far Cry game? Love your character, by the way. Well, I don't know if they're thinking about making a new Far Cry just yet.
Yeah.
It's just come out, the latest one. But you never know.
Yeah, I have no idea what the plans for the Far Cry franchise are. I don't know. I don't think they've ever brought back a player into another game.
No,
but
they
look,
haven't.
But
First-
yes, I would.
First for everything.
First female player, so
Yeah. Here's a line for you. You're going to win a revolution with a library card?
you're going to win a revolution with a. That's not my line, is it? With a live. That's not my line, is it? Oh, you're gonna.
I don't know. Is it?
Oh, you're not going to win a revolution. No, it's not revolution, is it?
Here's another one.
Let me think of-
Viva Libertad.
Oh, Viva Libertad. Yeah.
You know
I was
what I've
thinking
heard
of
the
the one-
most? You screaming. 'Cause always dying or falling off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I do want to play, because we did so many, like, all that VO stuff was so awesome that I do want to hear it.
Yeah. Bicho, because you're a badass.
That's Bicho's line.
Is it?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. We need better than this. Seriously.
Okay, wait, let me think. There's one in that scene where he's like, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a spoiler.
That's all right. Spoiler, everybody.
Okay. Oh God, I'm straight up gonna improvise because this is not the line. Anyways,
Yeah, just do it.
when Lita died, she called me a number. No, when Lita died, she said I was the lucky one.
Oh, that's yeah.
Like an idiot. I thought, still just a number, Dani.
Yeah,
Something
I remember
like-
that one.
Something like so. Something like so.
That is a spoiler.
I warned you.
You did warn us. You did warn us. No, I loved that. Was great. Yeah. Was that voice?
Yeah.
That was voice work after.
No, that
was motion.
That was motion capture. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was fantastic. There's just so many lines. It's hard, even for you to remember. I'm sure. When
I mean,
it's
the last thing we filmed for this was, a while ago. It was a long time ago. The last cinematic we filmed for.
yeah, because it was supposed to come out last year, was it? Last
Yeah.
year? Yeah. Got pushed back. Yeah, because of COVID. I'm guessing. Yeah. COVID would have affected you guys as well, no? In terms of your working process?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
No masks?
No, we had to wear masks. It was It was an
Full on.
amazing time though to be on set in a pandemic and be able to be able to do something like that at a time where everything else was so like dark and heavy.
Yeah.
But no, when we went on to set for COVID, we had to essentially film one by one originally, and
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and before there was like
God, you've been through
there
the
was a lot
ringer
of-
on this game.
Oh yeah, no, you just wait. So like we they were kind of figuring out the flow of how to make it work, and I think you kind of already heard about the shields and the mask and just everyone taking a turn with their motion capture and their recording and taking a pass at their character. But at the beginning, before that was kind of established, what happened was one actor would go on the mocap floor at a time. So we would do body pass of everyone where everyone was wearing a mask, but only the body was being recorded. And then stands with tennis balls would go up in the place of each person, and one person would go in and act to the tennis balls.
What? Are you serious? This is bizarre.
We did that for I know. We did that for
Were they punking you? Is this a troll?
No.
Or is this serious?
No. That was real. And we only did that for a day or so, and then they were like, "We have a better idea."
I thought so.
But it's so funny because at that point, it might not sound like it, but at that point, honestly, it's splitting hairs. When I'm doing the alt and I'm already acting to someone who is not being recorded, the voice is not coming out of their mouth, it's coming out of the speaker at the top, they're kind of focused on making sure they hit the same marks for my eye line, and I already have to look at them and act with the camera on, with the headset on, all that things, with lights in my eyes. You're already pulling on so much creativity and imagination. You can't even, make it a tennis ball. It's like, so what?
Yeah. But you had actual guns on set, like fake guns or not?
Yeah. The props were cool. I mean, a lot of the props were, could just be like a little piece of wood and that's your lighter, and you have to kind of mime the action. Yeah. But then for the guns, definitely there was some styrofoam ones, but there was also ones that had the proper weight.
Is there what's the weirdest prop? Was there one that comes to mind, or was it all pretty similar?
It was all, I want to say it was all pretty the weirdest prop was Diego's dead body. It was like gumbo, and it was very weighted and I had to keep redoing it because it was heavy. It was supposed to be the weight of a child, and the way we're picking it up is like this, and I was really putting my back into it, and they're like, just make it look a little more smooth, and I was like,
oh sure.
Got it. No problem. Let me hit the gym, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And so and it was on a line that we were doing it. I had altered that scene as well, so I had to do it. I did alt that scene, so I did have to do it. I had to pick it up at the same time Sean would. We're built different.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I managed, and I think at one point they were like, "Oh, we'll just put the data on," and I was like, "No, I'm picking up this body." And I insisted that in a lot of things. There was this one massive thing we pulled out, and it was really heavy, and I was like, "No, I'm picking that up." I put my back into that.
I'm gonna have to replay that scene and just see appreciate the art of picking up a dead body.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it was like gumbo. It was literally like this big green like thing that like would, I don't know, something that would like dance at a car dealership. Like that's literally what it looked like.
Oh, that's not a spoiler at all, everybody. Hope you finish the game.
Sorry.
Oh, fantastic. Sevon here says, ask her to flip out on the roosters again. F you, rooster. F you. That cracked me up in the game. Do you remember doing that? What was that off?
I don't remember. That's got to be in VO because honestly,
That's
the
VO.
VO.
Yeah.
It's got to be because when we do VO, it is so much.
That's
like,
definitely
you
VO.
will get just like a stack of scripts, and it's so much, and yeah, I don't remember a lot, to be honest.
For those,
I'm just in there like screaming.
Yeah, for those ones though, like, do you get a second take or is it one and done? Because there's so many.
So generally, it's funny you ask. Generally, it's 3, and then the voice director Kim will come in and give her feedback and whatnot. I generally like to do 2, but sometimes I drop them with 1, and there would just be this dead silence, and I would just be like, "It's the art that comes to me. Like it just, I can't. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's just the art." And like, we just make these jokes that I'm like this little diva. Like Carlos would be like, "Oh, so she's just giving us 1 line for that one."
Oh,
but no,
yeah,
it's funny because it's like, it's funny because with the screaming ones, we don't want to blow our voice, so we do 1.
Yeah.
And then generally I would do 2 back to back, because I always found that it was I joke about that, but it was like a collective decision that I do 2, just because I gave up on the 3rd. I was like, nah, I already got it. I was like, I got that one.
You're a firecracker. I love it. Can you say Dan Allen Gaming in the voice?
Oh,
Thank you for asking.
Dani Rojas. I have to practice that, you guys. Can I turn off my camera?
Come on.
I have to like just get like into character.
You got this. Come on.
Okay. Start with some ASMR. Ooh, pressure, my best friend. Okay.
Thousands are watching. Don't stuff this up.
That's great. Cool. Gotta go. My name is Dani Rojas, and I'm on Dan Allen Gaming. I can't say it. That's hard. Dan Allen Gaming. Dan. Carlos. Ayúdame. Dan Allen Gaming. There we go.
There it is.
I had to say something in Spanish.
Yeah. That helped for some. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Definition of insanity. What do you think of when you hear that? It says Erdem. Oh,
Boss.
you haven't. Yeah,
Boss.
you
No,
know.
but I know.
You know.
It's funny because, like I said, like when that, I thought someone was. If I didn't know, I would have been like, me. I would have thought that someone just said that to me. But it's funny you say that because, when Far Cry, when I started on the Far Cry game, obviously like didn't know it was Far Cry. Got to set, saw Far Cry. I was like, I know this game. I'm like, that's this game. Okay, cool. Nonchalant. I didn't know because there was all these code names and they don't say anything. But then when I obviously started looking into the franchise a little more, obviously Far Cry 3 villain is a very standout character in all of the games, and I watched some of his footage and it's incredible. So I did some research a little bit, just strictly just from how much people really talk about his character in relation to the Far Cry franchise.
I'll give you a couple more because I know you got to go soon, but I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely.
Amazing performance. I played as female Dani. I enjoyed the game. This is the best protagonist ever in a Far Cry game.
Oh my god. Did you like set these people up?
Yeah, these are all my friends. Yeah,
okay.
sorry. I should just clarify that. Yeah.
I set up some as well. I was just because I was like, I only set up 3 people. So no, I'm kidding. Thank you guys so much.
Please tell Nisa that she is amazing, and her performance as Dani is one of my favorites, and definitely deserves to win Best Performance this year in a game, or at least get nominated.
Oh my god, that's thank you so much. That's so
She's
nice.
gonna cry, guys. Please.
Guys,
We're getting
can't
emotional
stop.
now. Did you get emotional on the last day, or are you not one to be sappy?
Yeah, interesting. I didn't actually get emotional because it almost like tricked me. Like it was like when it was the last day, I was like, man, it's not the last day. Like I feel like in gaming, it's never the last day, and I learned that pretty quickly. Even with the VO, they're like, it's the last day, and I was like, oh no, okay, bye. And then they're like,
come back.
They need you next. Yeah, and I was like, thought it was the last day. So
Yeah.
now when they're like, it's the last day, I'm like, okay, cool, see you next month. So I kind of caught on to that pretty quickly. When it was like truly the last day of filming for cinematics, I was like, I realized it in our little mini rap party, and I was like, oh. So I feel like I didn't give it
sink
time to
in.
register. Yeah, it's not like I would like spent the whole week filming, going like, oh my god, this is the last week. So that's kind of a great thing because I was in the moment rather than being upset or sad about the fact. Yeah.
Is that
But
that
then-
photo? That photo I've seen with all of you in the motion capture gear? Was that the last day or not?
No. Oh no, that's so at the beginning of every kind of like filming, like we'd film like a couple weeks at a time every month, every few months. At the beginning of that, when we do our rehearsals, because before we even film, we spend one full day rehearsing all the scenes and blocking out everything.
Oh, really?
A whole day
Wow.
of rehearsals, yeah. So that's usually on rehearsal day when we would all kind of be there blocking things out, and we would take a photo at the beginning of the day. We wouldn't do it every time, but we would try to.
Are you still in the suits for the blocking and all? Like, it's still the same process? You're just not...
No,
No.
you're just in, yeah, I know, you come in your regular clothes, we sit around
Yeah.
the table, we
Yeah.
read the whole scenes, and then we move to the motion caption floor, we block it out. They will tape everything, like they do all the taping of the scene and the setting.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So do you feel connected to the character now? Like do you feel like I don't know, hard to let go of her in a way, or what?
Well, it's kind of like when people asked me before Far Cry came out, am I sad saying goodbye to Dani? There was this, it's weird because I was like, I'm gonna miss going on the motion capture floor and playing her for sure, but two things. For starters, a lot of actors don't get the opportunity to play a character for 2.5 years, and I'm so grateful that I had that with Dani. So that's already pretty amazing. It wasn't, a few weeks of filming for me. It was 2.5 years. So I'm already very aware that I got something very rare in that respect. And the other thing is now I kind of feel like I'm experiencing Dani from a whole new light, which is watching Dani and letting other people experience her. So I'm gaining a lot of joy from that as well. And I don't feel like I don't feel like I've lost anything or that anything has stopped. I feel like it's just kind of still in motion and progressing. And now I get to see other people experience Dani and have it impact their lives and enjoy a player that I put 2.5 years of work into as well. And I think that in itself is kind of incredible. So it's weird. Like I feel like it's still ongoing, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, the game's just come out as well, so over the next few months, you're going to see some amazing cosplays and gameplay clips. Yeah,
and there's been there's been like DLCs and things like that, and it's not a spoiler, it's out, just heads up. People off HMS watching. It's there's been there's DLCs that are going to be coming out that have Dani in them, and so that's really, it's been exciting because it's like, well, one thing's coming to an end, it's almost like something else started with Dani still. So I'm definitely not looking forward to the day where it's just completely over, but you know how it is with video games. Look at me talking like how it is with video games. Like I barely know how it is with video games. But it's kind of this ongoing
thing.
You
do now.
Awesome.
You're a part of the gang. You've put your time in. Come on.
I put in my hours.
Come on. But a lot of no, seriously, like a lot of voice actors wouldn't have even worked on a game across 20 games the amount you put into this one game. Seriously. So it's pretty.
It's awesome.
Pretty impressive. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on, Nisa. I hope you've enjoyed yourself.
I have. It's been awesome. You are great, and thank you for making it a comfortable environment.
No, my pleasure. Where can people find you? Instagram, best place?
Yeah, Nisa in the middle child.
Ah,
No
I was
surprise.
wondering what that
Of
was
two
about.
brothers too. Yeah.
Nisa in the middle.
Yeah.
There you go. And nowhere else at the moment?
Yeah, no, I'm not really active on my Twitter. I got some great tweets though from like 2012. I won't delete them. It's content.
Nice.
Yeah, but I don't use it. I'm not on it. If you message me on there, I won't see it. I'm so sorry. But if you want to like read my tweets, whatever, that's cool.
If you
yeah,
want
that's
to read a
pretty much it.
9-year-old tweets, go ahead.
No, they're
Yeah.
honestly, when I read them back, I was gonna shut it down. I'm like, no.
What are
this
they
is content.
like? Are they like, oh, I love Justin Bieber's new album, or what sort of tweets?
I'm gonna
are we
read you
looking-
one.
Okay, come on.
We're gonna pull one up. I'm just gonna read like.
There's got to be some quality
Twitter.
material, surely.
I really set myself up for this one, huh?
Well, either way, it's going to be funny.
Not that I'm admitting I have a questionable work ethic, but I just got called lazy by a guy wearing Velcro shoes. July 23rd, 2013.
There's probably a story behind all these tweets as well.
I'm reenacting that scene from Dirty Dancing where he holds up the girl, except I'm holding up my burrito.
This is quality. Well done.
My dream job would be a fresh air inspector.
Wow. How did you come up with these? Far out.
I don't know.
if I had-
2013 Nisa was.
Yeah, she was a mood, eh?
Yeah, she
Love
didn't
that.
stop.
That's fantastic. Do you want to say anything to the fans quickly before I let you go?
Yeah. I don't know how I could even say anything to thank everyone for the words that they've said. I mean, those are very powerful things you've just said to me, and just thank you for your support. And I really hope that Dani continues to have that impact on you and more people.
Fantastic. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, guys. Make sure to follow Nisa on Instagram and even Twitter. She might come back eventually. You never know.
I might make a comeback. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and have a great night.
Likewise. Have a good one.
Cheers.
To rebuild paradise, the cost will be blood.
A revolution is not won by the fearless.
Is won by the feared.
Once again, here we go. Know the name, know the flow.
Billy Magic, baby.
I'm setting traps on my lawn. I'm blowing my own fucking mind. Well, you know I'm back with it on.
Guapo is in love with you.
Afraid, get up out the way. Y'all used to hate. Look at what you made. I'm gonna run this town.
You're gonna be a fucking guerrilla legend.
Never killed the president before?
What?
Hey, hey. Don't die in this town.
Go put that come mierda down.
I won't die in this town.
There you have it, everybody. Nisa. Isn't she fantastic? What a great interview. She was real firecracker. I really enjoyed that. I think you guys did too. That hour went really quick. She was fantastic. And we hope to see her in many more games. Don't we? She was fantastic, and also in the game. Really good. Like, that performance was phenomenal. So, and to think it's her first big gig, you know, it's the same with Maggie Robinson, who was Lady D. I mean, these women come out of nowhere and they just blow us away. It's fantastic. Nice one, Dan. Thank you, Ari. Appreciate you as always. Nice bar, Dan. You like it? Louis, that's how you say it, yeah? Yeah, no, nice little bar. We've got our little nuts, a couple of beers, a Nathan Drake statue at a bar. Interesting choice, but you know. Got a few assortments of bourbon and behind me. She's the best. Yeah, she's fantastic. Amazing interview. What a legend. Oh, Tommy. What are you doing up this early, big man? You got to get to work, do you? Man, your sleep schedule must be fucked, Tom. I mean, you were up late. Oh, no, you were up early. I guess you were up early, weren't you, the other day for DC fandom. You missed the Zenguro, Tom. Been playing you app today, every day, Danny. I wish I knew what that meant. Dan, you are a legend. DZ, let me tell you, you are a legend. We need Dan in the next Far Cry. Oh, wouldn't that be good, hey? I'll play the villain. Dead set, I'll play the villain. I can be a freak. Hey Dan, where you find the Bella from Resident Evil face model? No idea what you mean by that. Looks comfy, exactly. Now time for Dan to get drunk after the... Rena, how are you? It's great to see you. I'm running late, but it was worth it. Thanks, Tom. Dog Boy, thank you. If you want to join Dog Boy and become a member of the channel, guys, for $4.99, please do so. You're going to get access to my interview with Naveed, the narrative director, as well as some other exclusive content. So make sure you head over there and become a member. Has she met Vaas? I believe she didn't meet him, but she knows of him. To be truthful, Ubisoft hasn't been great at the voice acting department, but everyone on Far Cry was incredible. I agree in the fact that everyone in Far Cry was incredible. I mean, you know, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Magnus was fantastic as the male Eivor. Didn't play the female. What else did they put out lately? I don't know. Dan for Far Cry 7, yeah. What do you think? I should just be some sort of side mission like Herc. You know Herc? How he has those crazy side missions? That's me. But I'm like... I reckon one day we'll get into a game, guys, as an Easter egg or something. We'll make it happen eventually. No more earthquakes down under. Wasn't that crazy, the earthquake? Head over to my Instagram if you want to see that clip. An earthquake happened live on air during one of the interviews. And I'm just like this. What's happening? Did you watch The Green Knight? I did watch The Green Knight. How did you know that? And recently too. I mean, how did you know that? I did watch DC Fandom. I thought it was a little bit disappointing. The Batman trailer was fucking awesome, but everything else was fall asleep sort of stuff. I mean, The Flash was alright. Not a big Ezra Miller fan, personally. And then The Rock is Black Adam, you know. That's The Rock playing The Rock. Nah, we'll see. I don't know. I can't wait for the Batman. Can't wait. How do you get all these video game voice actors on the show? I usually pay them $10 million to come on. No, I just reach out and they say sure. It's pretty simple stuff. It really is. It's been a year since I watched you, Dan, and I've extremely hooked on the channel. Thank you, DZ. I appreciate it, mate. Yeah, Magnus was great, exactly. Veronica Taylor, passed away, bro. Veronica Taylor. Really? Veronica Taylor. Veronica Taylor is in Ash Ketchum. Did she? I don't think she didn't pass away. What are you talking about? From now on, we're going to see less story content from Ubisoft. Unfortunately, Ubisoft won't make another story-based Far Cry. Yeah, you're right, Erdem. They're changing the concept. They're changing the concept completely, and they're making it an ever-evolving world, which will be very interesting to see. I don't know if it'll work. We'll see. I haven't seen it yet, what they're going to do, but I mean, we saw a bit of that in Valhalla. It's got a lot of DLC and stuff like that, but Magnus had prior experience as the Viking. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Last Kingdom. Oh, sorry. I've got this completely wrong. You were replying to someone. Yeah, dog boy. My mistake, man. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now, man. That's my mistake. That's my mistake. What about the games in the DC event, Ari? Yeah, so we saw Gotham Knights, which a lot of my friends and people I know in the industry are not keen on. Just put it bluntly, they're not keen on it. What the fuck? They're not keen on Gotham Knights, but I have to say that I am keen. I'm excited. And if you guys remember Assassin's Creed Origins, the actor in that, who plays Bayek, he is in Gotham Knights as, I believe, Nightwing. So I'm going to get him on the show as well as the other cast there. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then Suicide Squad. Rocksteady, the Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, brilliant games. Especially in a gameplay perspective, right? I think they're going to nail Suicide Squad. And I'm not a big Suicide Squad fan. But I've got faith in them. So we'll see what happens there. And I'm going to get that cast on as well. Deborah Wilson, Samoa Joe, the wrestler. A couple of other great actors in that. So that'll be great. Did I like The Green Knight? I did like The Green Knight in the end. Very quirky film, but I did like it. One of my favorite interviews so far was John St. John. Kyle, I agree. He was fantastic. And he called me a C-bomb. That was something you'll never forget, eh? Being called a C-bomb by the man himself. That was great. He's a lot of fun, isn't he? Let's hope they do another game for Duke Nukem. Do you think Vaas will be in the next Far Cry, Dan? Love you, by the way. Thanks, Gabrielle. Appreciate it. So I'm hearing rumblings that Vaas is going to come back because of how big he is. They're just going to test this DLC out, which he's a part of. And if that all goes well, I believe he will be coming back in another game, is what I'm hearing, because they never got to fully explore that character, really, did they? The origin of the character, or really, you know, there was 10 minutes of him in the game, Far Cry 3, so it's a bit disappointing Herc wasn't in the game, I know, Young Lee. I love Herc. I love those. I was going to do a compilation of Herc missions, but he wasn't in 6. He just wasn't it. He was mentioned when you pick up Boom Boom, the dog. He was mentioned in a note, I believe, but he wasn't in the game. I just thought that was a missed opportunity. So, that's all right. Wait a minute, this Far Cry 6 soundtrack's in the background? Yeah, it was. Not anymore. You've probably answered this before. Has interviewing certain VAs helped you land other interviews? Well, if you say that you've interviewed Kevin Conroy, Jennifer Hale, Troy Baker, David Hayter, Roger Clark, it can only help. These are the best of the best. So, I don't know if it's directly helped, because at the end of the day, when I contacted Troy's management, Troy Baker, and said, do you want to come on the show? He was down, and I'd only done 3 or 4 interviews prior to that. And I was only at 80,000 subscribers at that time. So, I don't know what. Maybe he liked my stuff. Maybe he liked the gear, and that helped him come on the show. But he hasn't done many interviews. Like, dead set, mine might have been the last one he did. Last time I checked. He might have done a couple with some bigger people, but yeah. And I'm saving him again. I want to get him back on eventually, but I'm saving it for his next big role. You should play your news guy character in Far Cry. What are you talking about, man? News guy character. Alan Daniels is not me, man. Don't know why you'd think that. We're twins, but he's not me. I mean, we're not twins, but he looks like me. Gabrielle, yeah, COD Vanguard is next on the list in terms of coverage. We got some of those guys lined up. And then the story campaign, I'll dive into that in terms of content. And then, yeah, I mean, you got Battlefield, Halo. I don't know how much I'm going to cover them. We'll see how we go. But I really do want to cover Dying Light 2 and Horizon Forbidden West. And probably Elden Ring. I don't know. See how we go. I mean, I usually stick to first-person games on the channel. But I'm not restricted to that. Why are they not keen on Gotham Knights, Jordan? They're not keen because it gave them the vibe of a Marvel's Avengers game. Now, I don't know if you played that, Jordan, but that game is... Look, it wasn't great in the end. It was very monotonous, repetitive in its gameplay, and it wasn't a great... Yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't a great game overall. Yeah, he is Game Center, Naveed. He's... I don't know if he's Iranian, but he has that sort of heritage. His parents, I think. He was born in Canada or the UK. The Batman trailer gave me so much Daredevil show vibes. Oh, man. Just the rain and the Riddler, man. In that, you wait till you see this Riddler in the Batman. Paul Dano, man. This guy's a freak. He's such a good actor. He's going to Smash it. You want another one with Nisa? You enjoyed it? Thank you, man. Appreciate it. A vast game, I know. Come on, it's got to happen. Do you think we'll see a current gen update for Cyberpunk 2077? Will you play it again and see the differences? I will play it again when they do an updated version. I will play it again. I will play it again for sure. Dan, you linked Sean's Instagram in Nisa's by accident. Did I? Let me just check that, mate. You're right. I did. Thank you for that. Let me just update that now real quick. You guys are on the ball. Gotcha. Bang, that should be updated soon. Viva Libertad. Pump up the music? I can do that. I love this music. Let's listen to it. Audio surf. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I hope you had a fantastic time. As always, make sure you become a member and leave a like, subscribe. And I will see you very, very shortly, guys. Thank you, as always. Love you all. And take care, everybody.